Welcome to the loop.
Not since David Koresh has the ATF been so excited to shut down a party. Welcome to The Loop. It's a talk show about video games. My name is Eric, and I'm joined by Kyle.
Hello.
And Jeremy.
Why
and
the ATF?
Trevor.
Hola.
Huh?
Why the ATF?
Do you not know the history of David Koresh and Waco? And
No, I was trying to. Why you're associating it to us?
I'm just
our show.
saying.
He said
saying.
they've not. There hasn't been that much excitement to
Shut
down a party.
We're kind of a big deal.
Since
I'm just
the
saying.
ATF
Means
wanted
you were
to shut
implying
down.
that they wanted to shut us down, is the way I took it.
I'm just saying
No.
they do want to
He's
shut us down.
talking about parties in general.
Because
They're
we're
not
no.
been a
What
party.
I'm talking about is we are a cult. I am your leader. Please all join in hands as we sing and dance, and then we fight the ATF.
No Kuiper's dances.
Yes. We you know what we can do with music now? Anything we want.
Yeah, because we're no longer a YouTube partner.
We got an email from YouTube that said,
They
"Screw
broke
you
up
guys.
with us.
You got too few subscribers and not enough viewers. Go away. We hate you." And so we still have a YouTube channel. We're still going to post on that YouTube channel, but
We're gonna let it go.
we're not going to care.
We're not going to get any money. And, well, actually, none of the people that would claim copyright would get money because there's no monetization, right?
That's true.
They'll put ads on.
Well, they'll
there.
still put ads on,
Yeah.
like whatever they want.
Oh, okay.
It's YouTube.
Yeah, okay.
They're in charge.
They'll still make money.
So welcome to the chat, everybody. I would like to welcome Jalver and his newly born child, who he says he's holding in one arm while watching. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
On the Bobby.
Teach them early.
The
Teach them early.
first baby that has been born into the cult of the tub.
The Tub family, yeah.
that we're aware
That's
of.
really what led me to the David Koresh thing.
Okay.
Because when I saw that thing, I was like, it's like a baby's been born inside our cult. This is exciting.
It's exciting.
We're growing.
The better question: did you save a tattoo from Comic-Con last year to
To brand the baby.
brand the baby?
Yes.
Send
We
us
would-
a
if-
picture if you did.
If not,
all right?
a sticker maybe.
You really need to do that in the
No,
first...
that'll hurt the baby's skin.
You'd really want to do that in the
So
first
would
year
it-
if you want the baby to enter into tub heaven.
Yeah,
when it,
absolutely.
when it after a long happy life and it passes in its hundreds, you'd want it to enter tub heaven. So please go ahead and dedicate your baby to. So Teddy's here. Welcome, Teddy.
Teddy says
he's-
Eric's going to chain us to our beds and starve us and take us on vacations in Dr. Seuss shirts.
Yes, that's true. This is all
Yeah.
true.
That also is sad and dark.
And he also says, "Look at all that missing hair." That's right.
Yep.
I removed all my hair.
You are completely bald
I had
now.
surgery to remove it.
There is no hair on your head left.
I look like Powder now. Remember the movie Powder?
Powder.
That's what I look like.
Yeah. Well, didn't you get like struck by lightning or something?
I don't know.
Boy.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I
So
don't think I've ever seen that movie. And don't you even try to shame me on that, Teddy.
I'm not going to shame you on it because I've never seen it. I just reference it a
Oh,
lot
okay.
because I've seen the trailers in 1995. Yes, welcome everyone to the Loop, where we like to
Talk about video games.
shoot the spit, as they say.
Yeah, we spit
and then
spit it.
We spit in the air, and then we aim a rifle at that spit.
and we shoot it.
We shoot that saliva into oblivion. Here we are, gathered once again.
to talk about games.
Okay, yes.
I got you.
Not
I got
what
your
thought,
back.
Not what I thought you said for a moment, but yes, games with the N.
What did you think I said?
I thought you said to talk
Gnomes.
about the gays. And
I mean, if we
Let's
need
talk
to,
about the
but
gays.
I mean, I haven't played Dream Daddy yet, but I kind of want
I've
to.
heard some good things about it.
It's very good. I've heard that it's very good.
yeah,
I've heard that.
that's what I've heard.
I've heard
as
that
well.
it's very good. I think Jolliver played it. He
Yeah.
streamed
Yeah,
a
I
little
think he
bit of
streamed it. I meant to watch him, but I think
Yeah.
I didn't.
I think that I don't know that I feel like if someone found out I was playing it, that I would maybe be a tiny bit ashamed of myself. Like maybe they would think, like, and I don't know why, and maybe it's just a bad part on my part. But like it's just,
Probably.
but it's a game of like gay dads in a cul-de-sac, and then you like date around and stuff.
Well, most of the time
But-
when I see those, and I'm getting real sick of seeing these, I see a lot of these dating sims, and they're usually what they are is those anime things where it's a porno that they want to pretend is not a porno. So it's one of those. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I see most of those dating sims. But it's nice to see one that's not like that. I assume,
How do
I
you
guess
know?
I don't know. Is it like that?
No. No, it's not like quite like it's not. It's actually like a visual novel.
So-
like it's got
Okay,
like
so
it's actually like
legit.
It's like a legit story. Like even if you look at,
I just want to
at
clarify
Steam, it's got very positive reviews and
the way
it's-
Trevor phrased his sentence was, "The times I see games like this."
when he's not looking for
I'm just
them.
being honest.
It
I've
pops up in the
never
top 10 purchased or whatever on
seen
Steam.
when he's
a
looking
game
Because I'll
like
go
that.
look and see
Hey.
if like the specials
when
are and
he's-
stuff.
When he's googling Star Citizen dating simulators,
Yeah.
sometimes there's advertisements for
That's
other
right.
dating
There
simulators.
you
They're
go.
like, do you want
Is there-
this one?
Is there like a
Yeah.
like a celestial bar that you go to inside that game?
Yeah,
There
there
is
is.
a
I've
bar.
danced in
Hook
it
up.
alone.
Eric calls it the gay bar.
Yeah.
It probably is the gay bar. There's only dudes playing that game.
That's all because everybody in that game dresses like a Midwestern gay dude. That's the
Well,
way the style of that
You
game.
can't really
is
change
like,
your clothes. Well, you can now, but you couldn't before. So
like in the early 2000s. Let me clarify, not a modern Midwestern gay dude, but an early like aughts Midwestern gay dude. You know what I mean? Like the kind of straight legged pants, but with a belt and your t-shirt tucked in and it kind of at your waist, like your belly button, kind of.
Yeah,
That
that's
style.
hot.
Teddy
I got a
says-
Chris. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna update on the chat here. Teddy says Jolliver is now himself a dream daddy. Jolliver said it's true, but I think my wife will kill me if I start hooking up with other dads like that. So it's probably smart.
Yeah.
We also want to welcome Dr. Thruster and Trevi if we haven't already.
Thank you for joining us.
Welcome to the
It's
chat.
not Trey Eve.
No, it's not Trey. No, it's not Trey V.
Eve.
Trey V.
It's like Steve except Treve.
It's Trey V.
Yeah, it's Treve.
Trey V 91. What? Yeah. So yes, yes, exactly. Mutiny Teddy says Midwestern gay dude, John Wayne Gacy. Probably pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially because
probably.
it's in his name. It's right there. So let's get down to the nitty gritty here. What games has everyone been playing in the drought of games? There's just not been a lot of new releases, but there's still games. You know, you playing catch up. I mean, Jeremy does. You know, you can save us a breath. You've been playing PUBG. We know, whatever.
Right.
That's all he does. But anyone else been playing something
I'm addicted. I'm sorry.
other than PUBG?
Sorry, go ahead. You go.
Go, Trevor.
Trevor,
fine,
you
I'll
go.
go.
You've been gone.
I've been playing a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon Zero. Oh, the actual game or like the DLC?
I played through the DLC once already, and actually I played through it again because I started the new game Plus mode,
Oh.
and I've been going through that. And then I actually achieved something that I have never done before. I finally platinumed a game.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Congratulations.
I thought I might have done it for one other game, but nope. This is the first game I've ever platinumed because I don't generally care too much, but this game I was like, yeah, this is a good one to do it. So
Okay. Yeah, that's I felt like that if I were to platinum one, that would be a game that I could see myself doing that because it does have
it's
not that it's like, oh, it's so attainable and easy, but it's just like the stuff that they want you to do is kind of enjoyable.
I would call it attainable just
Yeah.
because it's like it's not those like
It's not skill based.
it's not skill based. Yeah, because there's like I hate the ones that are like multiplayer. It's where they have like multiplayer achievements because
Yeah.
I'm like I'm
Right.
never gonna get that. But yeah, this one is
Unless you're Jeremy and it's Burnout Paradise and you go, okay, everybody, let's get online and then we'll all crash into each other just like this at the same time so we can get that achievement. Right, Jeremy?
yes.
Hey, did you hear that they're supposed to be making a remaster of that?
Really?
Yeah. HD remaster of Burnout Paradise. Jeremy's excited. That is like probably one of the best games of that generation.
That
if not
game
the
you-
best
That
game.
game you couldn't platinum. It just was I really don't think you could.
Yeah.
You got close to it, I think.
Well, you know how Xbox gives like 1,000 points.
Yeah.
Then they added more.
with the DLC,
Then they
yeah.
added more, and so I think I'm like at 1,400 for that game. Out of I think 15. So maybe.
Yeah. It's a good game.
Oh, so good.
I mean, to me, it's that versus Red Dead. Those are the two games of that that I think kind of define
Oh yeah.
like the Xbox 360, PS3 generation. Kyle, what have you been playing?
Been playing Prey still, and
What's still? Never heard of that one.
no, still meaning I haven't been playing
continuation.
anything. Yeah.
Oh, I heard a comma in there. I've been playing Prey.
No, Prey still,
Still.
and then I've also been playing
Magnolia.
Skyrim. And then I did play a match the other night of PUBG on Xbox One, which, well, still flawed, is still fun.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable, huh?
I enjoy it.
Well, they updated it too, so it's supposed to
Yeah.
be a little better, isn't it?
It's a little bit better than it was. I mean, it didn't bother me the same way that it bothered you
Okay.
guys.
I've got to admit my chicken dinner that I got on Xbox, I somewhat used Jeremy's technique that he told us.
The car?
to
You did?
Oh,
Did you do it?
no.
You did it on Xbox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's to be in a car and drive around. And so what I did
And just honk your horn.
is I did that for a while, and then I got bored of it, and so I started looting and getting a bunch of gear, and I killed a couple dudes, and I was like, okay, this is fun. I'm gonna go back to the car, and I was in this Jeep, and I got down, and the circle was closing in, and there was about 10 people left. And so what I did is I just drove around the perimeter of the circle.
Yep. And you're running over people.
Well, I didn't even kill anybody. I got shot at a bunch, but like you said, because it's so glitchy and slow, I never got hit. And then as it kept shrinking, I just kept driving in circles, right? And honking my horn like I'm lunatic. And
Sure.
And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to win this, but I was just having a good time.
They killed each other?
Well, no. So it gets down to about 4. It's me and 3 other dudes.
Bunch of
What-
dream daddies.
Yeah, we all in there. I mean, so what happens though is this guy, one guy I did accidentally run over. He was late and completely down in the grass.
Didn't
and
even know he was
I
there.
ran him over and it was like kill. I was like, okay, sweet. So then there's 2 other guys kind of shooting at each other. And the one guy was behind a tree. The other guy was more out in the open. So I kind of targeted him, eventually ran him over and killed him as well. So then it was just me versus one other guy.
I'm surprised there wasn't more cars because the last time I was on there was literally 5 cars in the top 10 players
really?
at the end. Yeah, they were chasing
It's
each
such
other.
a different game on Xbox because of how poorly it runs.
It was literally Crash Up Derby, and then everybody else chucking grenades.
So it gets down to the circle is getting very small, and it's down to me and this other dude, and he's hiding behind a tree, and so I'm just driving like this around him, and he's going and can barely hit me. I hear like a few bullets ricochet off the Jeep. We do it so long that the circle is tiny. He must have just ran out of ammo.
Oh,
So I finally just get out of the Jeep because I can't really drive it anymore because the circle's so small.
sure.
And I get out and I'm kind of being cautious and my heart's racing because I'm
because
like,
he knows you got out of the Jeep.
I'm just like,
couldn't
holy
have gone
crap!
far.
I could get a chicken dinner right now. Like I was getting really excited, and the guy comes around the tree and he's just standing there because he doesn't have any ammo. So just
so he
shotgunned
just
him.
knew it was time.
He just was like, boom, like that.
So he's like, I'm ready to quit playing. Hands
And
are up.
I mean, I'd been in the Jeep, so I hadn't shot anything. So
I mean, he didn't try to run at you and just like
Punch you?
melee or something.
No, it looked like maybe he was like, oh, maybe I have maybe he thought he had a pistol or something.
he
Like
was trying to switch.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah. So,
Very
anyways.
nice.
Yeah, I felt confession's good for the soul. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
But yeah, so what else, is that kind of it? For
yeah.
you?
I wanted to start
Prey.
the Batman Telltale since that was free. Was that free this month or last
Yeah,
month?
free this month.
And Deus Ex as well.
Deus
but-
Ex.
Or Deus Ex. yeah.
Deus Ex.
Ex.
That's
I
the
just-
Spanish version.
That's the Spanish version. I
That's
thought
when
that's the
you're
one
on-
that I downloaded was the Spanish version.
That's what happens after you get divorced a second time.
Deus
You have
Ex.
Dos Ex.
Deus Exes.
2 X's
Yeah.
that live in Texas.
So yeah, those are the other 2 that I'm wanting to catch up on. We'll see if that happens before
Yeah.
any other big games come out.
Yeah, no, that's good. Teddy says, "Eat, pray, love, kill."
Did anyone get an email from PlayStation with their year?
I did not, because I don't.
No.
Their year in review?
Nope.
Apparently, I was in the top 25% of gamers as far as getting trophies. So
How is that possible?
I don't know.
That's incredible.
Wow,
It doesn't.
nobody
It doesn't
plays on
seem.
PlayStation.
It doesn't.
PlayStation
That can't be
anymore.
It doesn't seem
possibly
possible.
accurate.
They've been a bunch of underachievers, apparently.
Yeah, that's. Let me
I'm
pull
not
it up.
trying to. I'm
You
not trying
guys-
to hate
no,
hate
I
on you,
no, I
but
agree. I was completely shocked when I read it too, and maybe I read it wrong.
You're in the bottom. It says you played 218 hours. So
Right.
that's pretty good. I didn't get this email.
I want to
see.
get that.
Yeah, my 3 largest sunk time games was 50 hours in Horizon Zero Dawn, 34 in Watch Dogs 2, and 29 in Assassin's Creed Origins. Where
I
is
probably
the trophy?
unsubscribed
Okay.
to it or something.
So I had 74 trophies that I earned, and it said that puts you in the top 25% of all PlayStation trophy earners.
Wow,
Way to go, you. So I don't know. Maybe that wasn't in
You're
the
a
year.
hero.
Maybe that's overall.
you're a real hero, Kyle.
Who knows? I'm a hero. But 2016, I had 133 trophies. Last year, I only had 74. So they said, we know life gets busy. Don't worry. We've got tons of new games to help you come out on top in 2018.
Maybe they just lie to you to make you feel like you're a good gamer.
Probably. Pat me on the back. I'm in the top 25%.
Buy more games. Teddy says he had 1,500 hours this year, according to Sony.
Let me see what my total.
So
my
he's in
total
the top
hours was
5%.
170. So you're definitely
That's it?
So
on
Just on PlayStation.
Oh.
PlayStation.
okay.
I mean, that doesn't include my Xbox and Nintendo.
It just doesn't
I
seem
had
like that.
240 in just PUBG.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know how that could put you in the top 25, but that might just be that people there aren't that many people don't game that many hours. So
or maybe they
On
they
P.
spend hours and don't play different games, so they don't get as many achievements or trophies.
Jeremy, so have you played anything other than?
I keep saying I'm going
PUBG?
to, and then I just fire
just
up
gonna play some
PUBG again.
Okay,
So no, I haven't.
let's see. I'm trying to think. I was stalling because I was like, have I played anything other than? I played a little PUBG. I played. Mostly, I've just been playing. Battle Chef Brigade. That's kind of been my go-to lately.
Battleship Brigade.
Battle Chef.
Oh, Battle Chef
Yeah,
Brigade.
I've talked about it a lot.
Right,
Don't need to say
right.
anything else. But yeah,
I heard
really good.
ship that time, so I was confused. I was like, "What is that?"
It's Battleship Brigade. It's like when you don't
You
know,
play
you can't
Battleship.
see the other person's board, and
Oh.
then you have to they have to put a peg down.
So it's Battleship.
Yeah. So that's I haven't I've kind of been. Oh, I did finish Bury Me My Love, and
Oh, yeah, I'd like to.
holy crap, play that game. It's not getting enough attention. I say that because there's 19 endings, and I wanted to look them all up online after I got my ending to see how bad I did. And there is nowhere to find the other endings for that game online. I cannot find them anywhere. I have looked. I've
All right,
searched
so
Reddit. I've searched.
You've got to stream 19 different streams.
Is that a phone
of-
game?
Yeah, but see, the thing is, here's the thing: is it would be a weird game to stream because it's all like a text message app.
That's
so it's
right,
like,
that's right, yeah.
It's like you're a Syrian refugee. Your wife's trying to get out of the country, and you're texting her the whole time, talking to her about how she's, and you're giving her like advice, like, well, okay, this smuggler. She says, well, the smuggler isn't responding to my calls or something like that. Well, I can say, well, just wait a little bit longer, see if he shows up, or, hey, try to find somebody else to do it. And you make all these small decisions, and in the end, like, it kind of results in whatever, like, her demise some way or another. Like, how, like, I mean, it sounds terrible, but,
So
like,
essentially, you killed her.
well, I mean,
So it's how you got her
I
killed.
bet there's probably some way you can save
that's
her.
what I want to know.
There's probably one way.
I want to
and
know
then-
if there's one way that she actually. I mean, the game's called "Bury Me My Love," so I don't think it's like a real shocker that something bad happens. But
Save the
I
cheerleader.
Sorry, I still
Man,
think.
every week.
I still think that there is a happy ending. I hope.
I would
But
bet there's got to be one way.
it's
at
a
least.
really compelling game, and you can play it in real time, so you get the notifications like almost like based on the game clock, or you can just crank it all up to just go like one after the other, and you can sit there and churn out a bunch of the game. Hey, real quick, we were gonna. Kyle, I think you mentioned this Nintendo Labo thing. I kind of wanted to
I didn't
mention it
see
a
any
little
of the video or anything of it, but it looks pretty sweet.
So
But
it does look. I mean, at a glance, it looks kind of like just a bunch of cardboard junk. But what it is, from what I've looked into it, is it's. You can actually. I mean, obviously, there's software that goes along with it, and then there's all these different cardboard things, and kids can actually construct their own physical, real world objects that interact with this game.
Right?
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, so
Now
like
that looks kind of
so
cool,
you can
actually,
you can make a little piano, and when you play it, it interacts with the software. Or you can make a remote control little bug thing that'll crawl around. It
I want to
uses
know
the-
how that
handles
works.
for a
it uses-
motorcycle.
I'm pretty sure it uses the HD Rumble on the controllers, and it buzzes,
buzzes.
it around.
This
and it
is
moves
actually
it around.
pretty
Man,
cool.
that's
A
awesome.
fishing pole.
Yeah, and you can play a
Oh,
fishing
man.
game and drop it in, and so it's. What I think is, I mean, I even as an adult, I wouldn't mind toying around with it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I think for kids especially, it gives them this really cool creative outlet where they can build and create and kind of learn about their world, and it looks pretty.
So
awesome.
they've got different kits that are supposed to be coming out for it that are going to be a little bit more than a typical game. Looks like they've got a variety kit and then a robot kit. The variety kit is for $70. The robot kit is $80.
But they did just
There's like a
confirm-
keyboard that you can set up,
Yeah, they also
piano.
like
Yeah.
a little piano.
they also
That's
confirmed
awesome.
that you don't actually need the kits. You just need the game, because Nintendo is going to release the what they say, the design patterns for free.
Oh really?
Oh, nice.
So
Very
if
you
you-
could cut it out at yourself.
Yeah,
with cardboard.
yeah, exactly.
That's
Oh,
really
that's
nice,
really
yeah.
cool.
Now I'm sure plenty of people will get the kits, right?
See, and I don't know about you,
it
but
could
like
be cool to
when
do
I was,
all of the work.
When I was a kid, I loved cardboard.
Oh,
that
yeah.
was like my best friend. Like everything I did, I built cardboard stuff. Like I built the bat cave out of cardboard in my basement when I was a kid. Like it was really bad, but it was still like, hey,
That's cool, though. I
It's
mean,
that's just what I did. Like
It's a physical thing instead of just imagination. so.
This is really cool.
I think I would still probably be the guy that would buy the kit, but that's just because I don't know if I would trust myself
Cutting cardboard.
cutting the cardboard to the exact specifications to make it work.
yeah, and
But-
who knows how accurate it has to be, but yeah.
Right.
It just
It looks
seems
pretty
It
sweet.
seems very at least intriguing, if nothing else.
They're definitely broadening the possibilities of that console.
It's what, yeah,
Yeah.
It's cool because you see a thing get supported and money comes in and more things happen. So
Yeah, I'm just watching the video here, and I'm just kind of shocked at some of the stuff that it's putting together. This is like really cool the way that it's trying to integrate video gaming and real world stuff.
like a drum pedal.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's cool. That's really cool.
All right. Should we jump into some newsy things?
What, not games of the
Games
week?
of the week things? I always
Yeah.
forget what's the order
Well,
of the show.
Games of the week. We know
There
you
it
can't
is.
wait to get your grubby little hands on them.
That's right.
Cut you off, Trevor.
I'm sorry.
You know,
Always mix it up.
our intern could just do it, and then we'll know.
Yeah.
that we did
that's
it
true.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
You know what? People love when we do things wrong. So Eric keeps saying, "Let's do the news," and Kuipers just fire off a different one.
Games of the week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Trevor, you wanted to mention Metal Gear Survive betas tomorrow, right?
I was gonna ask you guys what was, which maybe we can just save that to the end for like the questions, if we want to. Right?
Well, go ahead. We're already here.
Yeah,
I just
yeah, it's brought
so
up.
I just wondered. I actually watched some of the stuff. I thought it looked kind of interesting at first, but I was wondering if you
That
guys
trailer
actually-
looks. I hate to say it, but it looks cool. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it looks cool, and
Is
I
that
don't
an-
want to like it, but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Is that a newer trailer that's been released?
Yeah, the new one that came out last week.
Oh.
It came out right before the show last week.
I guess I didn't see the
I think
trailer.
I might have watched that.
There's a brand new trailer that came out last week, and it made that game. It looks kind of like Metal Gear meets Dead Rising in some
Yeah,
ways.
yeah.
but
Yeah.
It still looks really
Well, and
cool.
I watched some of the gameplay, and it actually looks pretty fun. And the single player looks pretty cool. But then I saw somebody talking about a more extended thing, and it sounded less interesting. But I don't know.
Is it supposed to be story driven, or is it just like multiplayer?
It sounds like it's got like a single player story thing. I guess I don't know how. I doubt it's very much more than just very simple, stupid things. But it looks like it's a little bit like. It's kind of a sandboxy kind of thing. Although it looks more sandboxy than I think it's supposed to actually be, because I don't know. It looks like you can go out and like sneak through different places and like grab stuff, and then you can build your base. But for the single player, but I don't know. It looks interesting, so I'm probably still going to consider. I really hate. I don't want to get it.
I know, it's like I don't want to support Konami. We kind of talked about it a little bit last week, but it does. I don't know. It does look cool. The only thing I think it's supposed to only be at like $40 too,
really?
Which is kind of makes it a little more intriguing.
That does make it a little more.
I think I could be wrong on that. But
Ice Shield, welcome to the chat.
welcome to the chat. And yes, Treve 991. We are talking about MGS Survive. All right, let's get into the games of the week.
Sorry.
This first one is Stabu Garu. Gintama Rumble. Gintama Rumble. Gintama Rumble.
I don't know.
Something
You got
rumbled.
It impresses me with
You're a
the-
white lady in Asia.
Yeah. Look at all those different character models. They look
Cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Wait.
it's the Clone Wars. Trevor.
It is the Clone Wars, Trevor. Come on.
Duh.
Think
They
through
have
things before you
umbrellas.
speak,
Oh,
Trevor.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of
It's
like
and they're wearing
Dragon Ball Z
raincoats.
looking dudes with umbrellas and half raincoats.
Standing in the same pose.
Yes. This is all the.
But hey, it comes out this week. Check it out.
Yeah, go play that
Awesome.
on the PS4.
Sure.
Also, excuse me, World to the West. This is a game about going to the West on the Switch. This comes out.
It looks interesting from
Comes
this
out.
picture, I
It
guess.
comes out January 19th.
Is that a squirrel stealing an iPad?
It's a golden iPad.
Yeah.
It looks
Okay.
like a bird that
It looks more like an Etch-a-Sketch.
with a turnip for a head.
and they stole it from this guy that has a tiny hat and a bald head.
Oh, that is a
Oh, I thought that was
a
hair.
mohawk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Oh.
don't buy that. Next game is actually so far we can't
Actually, you
recommend
don't
any of
know.
these
It
games.
might be good.
No, I can already tell it's garbage. Next game is, I have kind of a sixth sense for these
It's
things.
the font. That's what tells him.
No, the font's all right. It's just, it's okay.
It looks like World to the West has already been out on Steam.
Yeah, probably
Came
makes
out
sense.
last May.
What's the
very
rating?
positive. Very positive.
Ah, you're wrong.
So buy this game.
Yeah.
I take it back. It's very positive on Steam. You should play it for 5 minutes and realize it's trash. All right. So, but
Trevor probably already owns it and hasn't played it.
Yeah, it'd take him
Deathmark.
16 years.
Deathmark. This looks
Like a game.
dark.
I couldn't find a good picture for this. So I
and
just-
There's no promotional.
It's in
pictures.
Japanese, so
Yeah.
brush up on your Japanese before you buy it.
Maybe there's an American version.
It's out on the Switch and the PS4 on the 19th.
I think it's supposed to have English.
Then we've got Digimon Story, the
Ooh.
Kmart Pokemon,
I feel like this is released like 5 billion times.
Cyber Sleuth,
Hackers.
Hacker's Memory. Hey, at least
Hey, this one's
it's
for
on-
Teddy.
It's on the Vita
It's on
Yeah.
the Vita.
and the PS4.
There's still a game you can play.
Then we got Kirby Battle Royale, 3DS, January 19th.
So is it 100 Kirby's
No.
that all drop from a plane?
No, it looks like it's
I hope
4
it
or
is.
5. Actually, that would be.
You all spit
No,
things
no,
at
no,
each
no,
other.
no.
I
Could you
No.
imagine a Nintendo
Hang
Battle
on,
Royale?
hang on. A Nintendo
PUBG.
PUBG, but it's just like essentially the what's
Like
the
it's
name of
called
it? Smash
Kirby.
Bros. Smash Bros. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like but like 100 people
But-
in a Smash Bros.
That
in
would not
like
be fun.
Hyrule running around.
But
Oh,
you don't.
okay.
You have like the worst, whatever the worst character is, until you have to find a character to become.
So Jigglypuff.
Do you
Yeah.
guys?
So it's like Mario
do a
Maker
rock-
where
Yeah,
you can eat
yeah.
the character marshmallow.
Exactly.
Marshmallows,
and
mushrooms.
Then, and then you become that character for
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
while
Yeah.
until you eat the other one.
I want to play that game.
You mind if I derail us for a second again?
Sure.
I guess.
We're on the rails.
I do mind it.
What do you think the likelihood of Metal Gear Survive having a battle royale mode is?
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another thing that I was thinking about.
Extremely
I was
high.
waiting for
because-
PUBG to have a zombie mode personally, but
Has anybody tried the 50 on 50 on Fortnite?
I have
That looks really good, actually. But
it's a really cool idea.
All right. So Kirby Battle Royale.
Maybe try it sometime.
They're throwing apples.
Or you could say Kirby like PUBG, and it would be like Kirby.
Kirby.
So then you got Lost Sphear, They lost their Sphear. Help them.
Yep.
I'm gonna spoiler alert. It might be the moon. PS4, Switch, and PC. That's out January 23rd.
It's from a company
it's not
called.
Lost.
Wait,
Sp-
did that
Ear.
already come out?
Nope.
I think it's ad for something else. I don't know.
It says PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's probably on
I'm wrong.
PC.
Oh, it looks like it's on Steam already.
It's coming out. No, it's coming out
Says,
January 23rd.
says initial release date 2017.
Well, your mom needs to fix the internet.
So there.
It was released in Japan in October 2017.
Okay, KO. Let's Play Heroes. This is coming out on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC, January 23rd. This is a game where your health bar is a cartoon Band-Aid. So
Awesome.
that's
So-
going to be cool.
It's not a battery.
Band-Aid up.
No, the batteries are on the other side.
Oh, that's the other people's health.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe I don't know.
I think it's
Because they're robots.
I think it's
You're
like
not a robot.
A poorly animated fighting game.
Yep.
So enjoy that. It's trying to play on your emotions. Smash Brothers fans.
Hey, thanks Checkpoint Radio for hosting the stream.
Hey, thank you.
Very much Checkpoint Radio. We do appreciate
we
that.
appreciate it a lot.
19 people are watching.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes.
I was gonna say, Eric, don't sound so sarcastic.
you. No, I always
wasn't.
sound that way.
Yeah,
That's
that
just
is
Eric's
Eric's voice.
Yeah, I know.
Come
You know
on.
what I did? I said something. I gave my wife a compliment about something today, and she
Didn't
looked
work,
at me
did it?
sideways. And I was like, you know what I realized is I think I must say so many things sarcastically, but then a lot of times maybe I actually mean it. And so now it's just
always thought you meant it.
so now it's just merging into this one voice that I have, and that no one can understand me anymore.
Welcome to the chat, Skuro.
Maya Tor, Meteor.
Welcome.
I'm not gonna try
Yeah.
to. I'm not gonna read
But
it
welcome
too
from
much.
Checkpoints.
I think we butchered it way well, but I think if we would have made it sound right, it could be inappropriate. If we pronounce it the way he would like us to. Maybe not though. This game is a game. So, anyways, next game is the Impatient. This is a PSVR game.
the Inpatient.
Thank you
Hey,
very
thanks for
much
following.
for
Yeah.
following us, Dale's Just Sports Show. We do appreciate the follow and your support show.
Right.
Yes.
This is a PSVR game that's coming out on January 23rd. If you like wonky frame rates in your VR, play this one.
And throwing up.
Potentially tripping over furniture and falling through a plate glass
So
window.
you're in a sanatorium.
Yeah,
and
the
you're-
Blackwood
You're
Pines.
the patient.
It's not very
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways. Generic survival horror game in VR is
Yeah.
out January 23rd. Last but probably least, Velocity 2X Critical Mass Edition. This is coming out on PS4 and Vita.
It's not the least. It's the Critical Mass Edition.
I'm so sorry.
It's so popular.
It's so critical
I
Yeah.
apologize.
in mass.
All right, that's your games of the week. Be sure to go to your digital store. Not
Buy
brick and
that
mortar.
stuff.
Brick and mortar
Yeah.
is dead. Go to a digital store and download the game.
Don't support
I'm just
any
saying-
people that have jobs.
All the games that are coming
Only
out,
the internet, people.
all the games that are coming out over this next week are not in stores. Like you could not go to a
they're
store
not.
and buy this.
Yeah, they're not in stores.
These are all digital downloads.
So wait until you've got games that are worth
Maybe
being
other
in
than
stores.
Kirby Battle Royale, which 3DS games are usually always released on cartridge, but still. Anyways, go buy these games you would like, and that's it. Now, now, Kuipers, could you please guide us gently and safely into the news?
Keeping you in the loop with the latest gaming news.
This is the truth. This is the truth. We are here. We have the latest gaming news for you. This is
Yeah.
the Loop.
You'll
as
only
you know,
get it here, really.
a talk show about video games. Yeah, there's no other gaming sources out there.
It's not like
Yeah.
we got any of this from the
Non-existence.
internet.
no.
None of this you can get
Although
from other
we are the
sources.
internet.
Although this first story did come to us from GameSpot.com. And it,
Okay,
But,
maybe you
I
can
mean-
get some stories there.
I've
but-
heard some
but
people go
here
there
is better.
for new gaming news.
Yeah.
All the new Switch games shown during the Nintendo Direct January 2018.
Yeah, they did a direct last Wednesday, and it was, I believe, right after we did our show, or right before, so we weren't able to get all of the information in here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that they announced, including The World Ends With You coming out this year.
Which was a really good DS game.
Is it? Mm-hmm. I hadn't seen a whole lot about that before, but that's probably because I wasn't in that DS crew. Pokken Tournament's supposed to get some DLC at the end of this month, and then in March, Kirby Star Allies, I believe, is a new game, right?
Yep,
That's
it is
a brand new game that's
brand new
supposed to be
Kirby.
out March 16th.
Has nothing to do with Battle Royale.
No.
Has nothing to do with Battle Royale.
Well, especially since it's not the Battle Royale.
Yeah, so this is supposed to be the first proper Kirby release on the Switch. So end of or middle of March is when that one's coming out. Dragon Quest Builders demo is out now, and that's supposed to be the full. I guess the full game is supposed to be released at the end of the month. One of the more exciting things for some people, Hyrule Warriors Ultimate Edition, which was the Wii U game, is going to be.
Our Electric Mastro says that The World Ends With You is probably the most popular DS RPG. That's not a Pokemon game. It's quite liked.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was when it came
Nice.
out. The reviews for it were just 9s, 10s. It was a very, very popular
I'll
game.
need to put that on my list.
If you like RPGs.
That's what I never tried it. I sold my 3DS and I'm constantly
I think
regretting
it
that.
might have been a DS. It was just a DS game.
Just
so
a DS.
Yeah, it was
Oh
backwards
wow.
compatible.
So, okay.
So yeah, and yeah, Hyrule Warriors Ultimate Edition supposed to come out, including every map, mission, and character.
They're
So if you're-
from both the DS,
from both the DS and the Wii U.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yep.
It was on the 3D because I think I bought it for the 3DS.
So, as well as supposed to have a Breath of the Wild themed costumes for Link and Zelda. Mario Tennis Aces, a new Mario Tennis
This game I'm so excited about. I have
Yeah.
not played a good tennis game since I don't know, maybe Rockstar's Table Tennis. I really want to. I love that game, by the way. If
And-
they could make that backwards compatible, I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
The awesome part about this one is that there is supposed to be a story mode involved in it as well.
Yeah.
So it's going to be.
I mean that game. If you like, I think Kuipers would like it. It's very much Dynasty Warriors type of game. So I mean, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just. So this is supposed to be the first Mario Tennis game.
Oh,
to
we're talking about Mario
include the
Tennis. I thought we were still
story.
talking about Hyrule.
Yeah, gosh.
Warriors.
No, I said Mario Tennis.
And
You
then
said
I
I'm
talked
very
about it.
excited about it.
When you said story mode, I got thrown off. But
And
yeah.
then
But you
Kuiper's gonna
like
really
tennis.
like that tennis from Mario. I don't know. Is it YS8 or?
But the Mario Tennis thing, real
Wise?
quick to jump back again.
Okay.
To that.
All right.
Now that
Go
you
for
mentioned
it.
that,
Go
Now that
for
I've
it.
got the next story,
I forgot that that's kind of
a
a big deal because they have made Mario Tennis games recently for the Wii U, and it was just a straight up tennis game.
Right.
Where this is bringing back kind of that Game Boy thing that
the
they
thing
did
that I
with-
was gonna say
yeah.
before you went
I didn't
back
mean
to
to
the
cut.
previous
Well, then
one.
go ahead and say it then.
Well, no, I was. It was the first Mario Tennis game to include a story mode since Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, but it was also there were other sports games, Nintendo sports games that had RPG elements in it too. So
like Mario Golf on the Game Boy Advance
Yeah.
or Game Boy Color had that as well. That was a fun game.
So it just looks like really cool, kind of like
Kuipers the other way. No, over there.
Never mind the Dementors that flash across your screens.
No, but it looks cool. It's got tennis mechanics, and then you play an RPG with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Electromaestro says YS is pronounced
Wave to everybody, Kuipers.
S.
Yes.
Or, I think that's
Wise.
Yes.
Yeez.
So Yeezy 8.
Yes.
I've wondered about that for a while.
So this was a PS4 Vita PC RPG from 2017.
People ask
It's
me if
gonna
I
be
want to
coming
play Mario Tennis Aces, and I say, yes.
All right. Super Mario Odyssey is going to get an update with a free update that you can now help Luigi because he's lost balloons,
It's multiplayer.
and it's multiplayer.
That's what it is. It's so someone
That's cool.
So instead of the hat being
Yeah.
your
Wait,
multiplayer,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
wait
which
a
is
second.
garbage.
Is it legit?
It's online multiplayer.
That's
it's
awesome.
so it's like,
Oh.
but what it is pretty much just someone hides a balloon and then you got to go find it in the map.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah,
cool, yeah.
so
And also,
We gotta stream that at some point.
that might be cool.
yeah, that'd be fun. There's going to be some new outfits that they're going to have. One that's Sunshine Shades, an outfit which is supposed to be modeled after Super Mario Sunshine, a musician hat and outfit to look like one of the New Donk City musicians, and then a knight armor and helmet.
Nice.
I only have the skeleton left. That's it.
The 9,999.
Yeah, it's the only thing I haven't
moons.
gotten.
Yeah. Yeah.
Summer SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy.
Kyle, it's pronounced Snk Heroines.
Why
So-
heroin? All right, is this like a drug game?
Yeah, it's
No,
heroines.
it's about females, I would imagine.
Heroines.
I'm not familiar with this
It's a
game.
heroin game.
Sink heroin
Or the information.
in your veins.
I'm not familiar with
I
the
have my
You learn how to
fighting
bend a
series.
spoon properly and light it with your lighter.
Right. Mario plus Rabbids has DLC that will bring Donkey Kong to the game.
Now this next one,
He wasn't.
I was a bit of I was surprised. There's 2 games on this list that I was very surprised by. This one I shouldn't have been as surprised by because it's popular, but just to see it on the Switch is kind of interesting. But go
Is
ahead.
it?
Payday 2
Yeah.
is going
Oh,
to be
yeah,
on the
that's-
Switch.
yeah.
When did that one come out? That was
that's been out for a
while
couple of
ago, right?
Yeah.
4 years?
Has it been
It's
that
been
long?
out for a while. Yeah.
Feels like
It's at
that.
least 2016, if not
Okay.
15.
I didn't realize that was that recent. I was thinking that was a game that was even further back. So
2013.
2013.
okay.
Never mind.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
So wait, what did I say? 4
Yeah.
years?
Yeah.
So 4.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Jeez.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that'll be available on the Switch, and there will be a timed exclusive new character for the portable platform.
Sorry, I'm just making sure the other one's the one I'm thinking of.
Let's see, Fee and Celeste on February. It says January. I don't know what that means.
Fee's coming out February. Celeste's coming out January.
Probably. I guess February 16th is the release date for Fee and Celeste. We'll head to Switch January 25th, so you're right.
It's an EA kind of a indie title.
Okay. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which is another Wii U game that is getting a Switch port.
It's nice because these are a lot. There's a lot
Wasn't
of good
there
games.
other Donkey Kong countries?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is
Yeah,
this
but
is, there's
this
just on the Wii U, and a lot of people played the
Right.
Wii U games.
So it makes I was actually this one and the Hyrule I was pretty excited about because I never got those games for Wii U, just because I got a Wii U late in the game. And
I think the thing that looks kind of appealing to me about this Donkey Kong release is that they're adding Funky Kong.
Yep.
But it's like he's just like a nerfed character pretty much, where you can just like pull out his surfboard and
you
not
ride
die.
his surfboard across like spikes and you don't die.
Because I'll
and-
tell you what, like Tropical Freeze is one of the most challenging games I've ever played. It's not quite
It's
Cuphead,
not Cuphead, yeah.
but it is just a few steps below Cuphead. Like it is a very challenging platformer, especially on some of the later levels. And so it's just the idea that you could maybe skip through some of that stuff that is frustrating is actually kind of appealing.
Yeah.
But now here comes the big
Here's your
drum
other
roll,
one.
right?
Yeah.
Here's the big like what?
Dark Souls Remastered.
Yeah, I guess
May 25th.
I'm excited.
a lot of people are like the controls are gonna suck, and it's like, well,
Why?
why? For one, like maybe you could argue that with the regular Joy-Cons, maybe, but then like, I mean, if you have a Pro
really.
controller, it's still gonna be.
It's not really reliant on triggers. I mean, I think, I don't know. I guess if you're doing like, well, no, not really. Why? It's
yeah,
fine.
I don't know. People are just weird.
Relax, people.
I think
I'm
the bigger
excited.
concern is how many people are going to get upset and rage throw their Switch across the room.
Probably a lot.
Probably. Then there's going to be that'll be bad for Nintendo.
For
Yeah.
Christmas,
So-
I got it was made by third party, but it's branded Nintendo, like one of their approved branded.
Was it one of
The controller,
The
with,
cheaper ones?
with it's similar to the Pro controller,
Yeah, those are nice.
but it's really nice. I love
Yeah.
it. It's got the Mario characters all over
Yeah.
it. It's really cool.
Yeah, those
Wait,
are nice.
a Pro controller?
It's
like a Pro controller,
normal-
but it's slightly more Xbox feel than the Pro
It's like
controller.
a generic though, like
Yeah,
a third party.
it's made by third party, but
Oh, okay.
it's licensed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Next story comes from GameRant.com. It says NBA Jam could be making a comeback.
Yeah,
which,
this
if they looked at the numbers of what was the other
the On Fire edition.
no the knockoff. I've downloaded it. It's like NBA Playgrounds.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
came out. Was it last year?
But I think it sold pretty well, so I could imagine EA looking at that and going, "Oh, maybe we should release a game of
Yeah.
the actual thing since people must want it." But-
Right. Well, it sounds like I think this is supposed to be the 25th anniversary And the game's announcer, Tim Kitzrow,
Are you kidding me?
has teased potential project coming down the pipes. He discussed it with ESPN, revealed that he's currently working with Microsoft to resuscitate NBA Jam series in some capacity for today's audiences. And honestly, as popular as the NBA has been lately and the slew of stars that they have, it would just make perfect sense to actually do this.
Wait, did you say how popular the NBA has been?
Yeah, the popularity of the NBA itself
People stopped
is on the
watching
rise.
the NFL. So.
Really? I thought basketball was kind of like.
No, I think that there's enough stars that are carrying it that it's
They
been
stand for the
growing.
national anthem.
Huh?
They stand for the national anthem. So people watch it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So NBA Jam though, 25 years.
Yeah,
I'm old.
They also said that Kitzrow may be working with Michael Jordan to bring the NBA series back because there was a special copy of the original arcade game that was created for Jordan, Gary Payton, and then Major League Baseball player Ken Griffey Jr. That had all of them in it. And when discussing this, he had stated that he's attempting to get that version of the game released, saying it's like the holy grail, the Michael Jordan one-off only NBA Jam game. We just have some legal hurdles to go through, but we're hoping for the 25th anniversary to get that done.
But it was official?
So what they did is they made a game.
3 people.
Well, no, it was a game in that specific version that only went to those people. They were playable in the game. Those, I don't think that they were. I mean, one of them was a baseball player
for them, then basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
So when you say celebrities are carrying the NBA, what do you mean by that?
No, stars.
What do you mean
so
by
like
The
you've got
channel
LeBron,
stars?
LeBron James.
I can watch Outlander and NBA.
No, not the channel stars.
Is this
Lane
a sports
Bryant,
show?
right? Oh no, that's
You're
a
just saying
clothing
because of
company.
LeBron.
Well, no, I mean you've got a lot of marketable names
Magic
within the NBA that
Johnson.
you haven't had in as long.
Larry Bird.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dr. J.
Okay. I'll
Pistol
take your
Pete
word for it. You
Maravich.
would know better than I, but I always thought like NBA was
Who's
kind of
that
fallen
really-
to the wayside.
Who's that really big guy who could not shoot?
Shaquille
Yao
O'Neal?
Ming.
Yeah, he couldn't shoot.
Yao
players.
Ming.
All he could do is drop the ball in the net.
I
He
think
couldn't
on
actually
that
shoot
picture,
it.
Yao Ming is on the bottom.
Oh,
getting
he is.
dunked
He's
on.
right there.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say Yao Ming doesn't have tentacles.
That's not.
No,
Anyways.
you're talking about the mascot in the
Yeah,
background.
just saying.
Well, hopefully they release it. That would be cool. Next.
I just
Go ahead.
Googled this. NBA ratings up nearly 30% on ESPN and TNT.
cool.
There you go.
There you go. People like their squeaky shoe shows. All right. Next
true.
story comes from Polygon.com. Says Horizon Zero Dawn leads to 2018 DICE Awards finalists.
Yeah, there's a lot of awards and a lot of finalists, and Trevor put this one in here because
I'm just so proud.
he's so proud of this game.
I love that game so much.
They had the highest amount of nominations with double-digit nominations.
And double digits.
Double digits. Breath of the Wild was the next highest. They had 6 nominations. And both of them were in the Game of the Year award nominations alongside Cuphead, PUBG, and Super Mario Odyssey. And there's a lot of them in here that are listed as far as the different games of the year, different characters that are outstanding. Just a lot more information than we put into our show. Mostly because who has time for all that
Because you guys
stuff?
don't care about the details.
I do want to just point out that there is a mobile game of the year section, and none of the 5 listed here.
I wanted. That brings to my point today that I was playing HQ today, and they described it as a gaming app.
It's a game, but it's not.
I'm totally done with this argument because it's like when you're
Because
arguing with people who are insane,
Eric,
you
because
can't
the internet
win.
already decided.
That's-
we talked about
You're
it.
Right,
when you're
arguing with people that are insane, you can't win. And Jeremy
we put
and
a
I
poll up and
already lost.
it got the most
it's on
votes
the,
of
it's on
any
the
poll we've
website.
ever done, and we won. And the app itself, anyway.
I'm controlling my temper on this one because I understand that it's a sensitive subject for me. And I just, and you morons just tire me because it's exhausting to argue with people who are dumb. So go ahead and continue.
Yeah.
I'll continue to call you
We're
names.
dumb.
You
I'll
dumb
continue
idiots.
to call you dumb. All right, how's that
Dumb
feel?
freaking morons.
You're pretty dumb too.
You're a piece of poopy, smelly poop.
Your poop smells poopier than mine does. Next story, Kuipers.
Oh, are we moving
Hey, real
on?
quick.
Let Trevor talk about this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Treve,
Is there a Star Citizen thing? coming
Treve
up?
said, no. Star
sorry.
Citizen's not out.
You wanted to
Would you
talk.
just-
Oh right, it hasn't released. It won't
You're
release.
right, it's
I'm gonna
not a
talk
game.
about-
Never coming
I'm
out.
going to
That's not
talk
a game.
about my other game that I rant about all the time. Well, not all the time.
Whoa, I actually started a podcast.
Stop
on my
listening
phone.
to other game podcasts while
so
we're doing our
bored.
podcast.
I'm so bored.
Treve asks, honest opinion, Trevor, would you recommend... wait, never mind. Yes, I would recommend.
Recommend what?
Well, he said I'm looking at possibly exploring some different type game or some different games than the usual blowing stuff up swordplay type of games.
Well, that might not necessarily exclude this game. Horizon Zero Dawn's still kind of a...
Swordplay.
I find that you mostly do like bow stuff, or like their other weapons, which are kind
Kinky.
of like bows. So,
Oh.
I mean, I
Who's
love
bow?
the game. It's a Monster Hunter
No.
game though. It's a monster.
Elbow stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Bows.
Gross. Stop elbowing me, Jeremy.
Why is that gross?
Elbows are weird.
They're elbows.
Have you ever looked at the skin? Ugh.
Yeah, mine's pretty gross too. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
No, do this. Put your arm out straight and then pull it down.
Well, I mean,
Ew.
I don't see how it's gross though. It doesn't stink or anything. It just
No,
looks
but it's like
weird.
it's like another
Like chafy.
skin.
Yeah, I don't
part.
know. Okay, whatever.
Ashy.
This next one, it's like Tim Allen used to say. It's in his stand-up. He would refer to the elbow skin as another part of the male anatomy.
Oh, gross.
So there's the comicbook.com says Uncharted writer Amy Hennig says non-release of new Star Wars project is killing her. It is literally killing her.
Me too.
Yeah, there is I think that she had done an interview with Campo Santo a while back and talked about how much time is spent in games. And she said, I haven't had something published since 2011 and it's killing me. She said, I worked on Uncharted 4 for 2.5 years and then I worked on the Star Wars game for 3.5 years. A lot of the work thankfully lived on in Uncharted 4. We'll see what happens with the Star Wars thing since it is going to a different developer. But it doesn't necessarily indicate that that's going to happen or how much of her work that she'd put in over the 3.5 years is actually going to be involved in that game. So she said, the biggest thing is you kind of look at it and think it's easy to burn 6 years and not publish anything. So how many? The question is, how many bullets do I have left in the chamber? I want to make sure that I make the right choices because she's.
Don't put it in front of your hand though to find out.
Yes, that's a callback
Yeah.
to
404.
the 404 in the Tubcast. But yeah, so she's saying, it's one of those things that now she's at the point in her life because she's 53 that as much time as it can take sometimes to put out some of these games that are massive and great, it can be something that she may need to start looking at things saying, hey, this has got a greater chance of being able to come out to actually make them.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I was waiting for Trevor to jump on that one.
No,
so.
sorry. I'm really disappointed because it's just I think she could have done some really cool things. I think what the project they had, which I can't remember what they were doing now, but sounded really ambitious and really cool, and it could have been great. But then they were just like, we're gonna be dumb. and
Maybe
try
the
and make
development was bad though. I mean, like the story
No.
could have been good, but maybe the
money. No, it
But
sounded
it's
like
Star
it was,
Wars. Nothing's bad about
It sounded
Star
like-
Wars.
Oh, okay.
It sounded like it was kind of slow, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see them try something ambitious like they were trying.
Yeah, it's a bummer to see how that worked.
The other interesting part about the actual article that had the interview in it was how they were talking about whether or not the first-person campaign type of games are completely dead. And she said that's something that's extremely exaggerated, but obviously the way that games are played has evolved and changed some. So,
hey, thank you
hey.
for following Limit Break Radio.
yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Appreciate that. Oh, what were you saying, Kyle?
Oh,
Didn't mean to
I
interrupt
think
you.
I was
just-
pretty much done. I mean, just the fact that the single player games are still important within the gaming. They're not gone. They're not going
No,
to
I
disappear.
don't think they're going to.
But
Yeah.
it's going to be something that you probably will see a lot fewer and further between
Or
of
smaller
the,
campaigns.
or smaller type of indie games rather than the massive first person games that you want. I mean, that a lot of people want to see. That are into those types of games, they probably won't have as many of them with the way that gaming in general has changed.
Yeah.
So,
All right, next story comes from Eurogamer.net. It says sources: Microsoft plots Fable return.
yeah, the Fable franchise is owned by Microsoft. So they are apparently rumored to have, or I don't know if it's rumored or if it's fully confirmed.
It's rumored. Yeah.
That they are tasking UK developer Playground to start creating a new Fable, which Playground is the company that has made the Forza Horizon racing games for Xbox and PC. So with as much success as they've had with Microsoft on those, I mean, it makes sense that would be a company that they may turn to.
Yeah, but this is like a
kind of
totally different game style.
It is, but it makes sense that they would, if they are looking for something that can potentially be successful and hoping to make it look great. I mean, it makes sense that they would turn to somebody that does one of their more successful exclusives.
Yeah.
To try and revive this.
It sounded like somebody said in the article that they were kind of, I don't know if it was speculation. They talked about they might have been but encouraged to do this because of Horizon Zero Dawn, which just makes me all the more excited because it's just I love the idea that they would be inspired by another single player game to make a real Fable game, not that weird stupid thing that they tried to do.
Oh,
Fable
that
Legends or
multiplayer.
whatever.
The Fable. What was that called? Legends.
Yeah. It'll be weird coming from a different team, but I'm kind of excited to see just because it seems like Lionhead always had these really weird ideas that they wanted to do, and
You mean Peter Molyneux?
well, Peter Molyneux and Lionhead too.
I feel like he was the driving force.
He was
behind
definitely the
weird
driving
ideas.
I don't know. Peter Molyneux, I feel like he shot for the stars, and I feel like he always kind of hit something that was good though, even if it wasn't as good as it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see a different team try and take this on and maybe make it into a little less weird. Like 3 had the weird emphasis on no menus, and it kind of felt lesser for it in some ways. It was a cool idea, but then it I don't know, it suffered for it.
Yeah.
I feel like that. I mean, that was something that definitely you missed in that game. But I think there was also the really weird shift in just where that society was that made it feel like it was less Fable, because you're running around with guns and stuff instead of all the magic and stuff that made the first game so incredible. At least for me, I still feel like the first one was the best of the series.
See.
Teddy says if Fable keeps the same art style, it would be so disappointing. I kind of agree because it didn't really seem like it evolved very much. Because I played some
Had
of
that
the
weird animated. Kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
thing.
Because I played some of Legends when it was still available as a beta, and it looked. I mean, it didn't look like there was much evolution of how they animated or anything within that series. And that's a long stretch of time that they had to be creating something that would look a little bit sharper, look a little less cartoony, for lack of better terms. And I think that there's a lot of really cool stuff that they could do with this if they make it look a little more modern and kind of go back to some of that more magic-filled first games feel. That's what I'd like to see out of it.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say though too is we definitely need Loot Hero back again because
Oh, gosh,
we didn't get enough
yes.
of Nathan playing that one. During
Oh,
the 24-hour
yes.
stream.
Loot Hero indeed.
Yeah.
Loot,
If they do that,
are
though,
fun.
make them more exciting, though, instead of just weird random
3
chords.
buttons.
Yeah, Fable would be a cool game to see it come back done right. I think I mean, as long as it doesn't suffer from like the Halo issue, where I feel like 434 is it 343 or 343?
343,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean they've done all right with Halo 4 and 5, but I just feel like I said all right. They've done all right. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't say they
They
were
have
good.
done all right, yeah.
They weren't bad.
but they
weren't
were-
bad.
I mean, 5
what all
really
right
suffered
means.
because of Buck.
But no, I
No,
just,
it suffered because Trevor quit when we were playing.
Oh, yeah,
multiplayer.
that's right. That's right.
I mean, it
Sorry
does,
for not being able to do things all the time.
it just 4 and 5 just seemed to be. They just didn't have the same like heart to it. Like, I mean, it seems weird to say that about a Halo game, which is kind of, but it just seemed like they always, I don't know, like why are you rehashing the same enemy types? Why are you
Yeah.
like rehashing weapons that seem so similar? Like, it feels like it could have went to different places with new developers behind the helm, but I felt like they had to be kind of like precious about it because they had this
Had to
this
be
IP
Fable.
that was So with Fable, if you know, this is going to obviously a different studio than Halo, but hopefully they
could
can
be a
take
relaunch
they can
in
take
some
what's
respect.
great of that game from that game and actually kind of improve on that and make something special. But it's just hard because it's like if they're just going to play on nostalgia, I just don't think it plays anymore. I think people, but the other thing is, do you want? I mean, I might be okay with it, but does everybody want like a Fable game that just revolves around collecting things and crafting and exploring an open world, which I could totally see them just building that. Like,
Just make a really interactive, really.
but then is that
well-crafted
Fable
open
though?
world.
Is that Fable?
I
don't
feel
know
like
that's
I feel like
Fable.
the first 2 Fable games were really what kind of made that up because it was such an emphasis on the heroes, and I think that they kind of recognized that 3 stepped so far away from that feel of
Who
the
recognized
world of
it?
Microsoft
didn't recognize
No, I think
it.
Lionhead did because that's what
They're not
Legends.
making this though.
I understand that, but I think that that's where they saw that they needed to go back to that status of the heroes that they had built in the first 2 games that was stepped away from because you were suddenly a king. That it really didn't matter if you were a
that's
hero
where
or not.
this could be a failure.
You can be a bad king or a good
No,
king.
you can't.
Like,
You
that
can,
doesn't-
but
that
it
doesn't
just
make that part
it didn't
fail.
It didn't feel like it had the same like it felt like it was too far removed from the way that they built up the story of these leagues of heroes and villains and whatnot. It felt like it was so different when you were just like the king, and it wasn't the same type of weird struggle that it had in those first 2 games.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that's what they were wanting to go back to with Legends, and I think they just there was no way.
Nothing like it wasn't even like they were trying to go back to anything. It was a different game altogether. It was like
they took the setting and kind of the art
yeah,
style,
and they were
that
just
was
like,
it.
all right, now you're 4 heroes and you're exploring together. It's like it just doesn't. It wasn't. It
Well, it was
wasn't
like
even
it was
trying to be a Fable game. I feel like it was just a
It was an
one-off,
asymmetrical,
like in the same like universe, but
multiplayer,
yeah, it was asymmetrical. It just wasn't even close to Fable. So that's why I want to see them make a Fable game. I don't
Yeah, a
just
legit
without
Fable
just
game,
like
yeah.
slapping the name on some other idea.
Right.
Fable
like,
Legends.
Right.
which I feel like that's what that game was.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem, right? Like if it's a new developer and depending on what Microsoft wants out of it. If what they want out of it is an attempt to try to collect on the brand, then it may just
Which
be...
that was my point with
Yeah.
Halo, is like I'm concerned that that's what Microsoft would potentially do. I'm not saying that that's what they're going to do.
I don't
I'm just
Yeah,
concerned
that's
it
my
is, but
concern,
yeah.
yeah.
I think because they describe it at one point. I think they describe it as an open world RPG, action RPG.
What, this new
character
project?
focus. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it also sounds really. I'm really encouraged by it because it sounds like they're moving significant resources behind it too.
Well, and they need to,
So-
because name
Yeah.
a Microsoft game. Like, name a game that Xbox has that's other. Okay, maybe Crackdown, maybe Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
Like, but that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Like, what else do they have
PUBG.
that's going for them? But that's going. I mean, that's
No,
going to be
but
on
I mean,
PlayStation eventually.
I mean,
like-
I'm saying right now that is what they have that they can leverage and say, hey, we've got this, we've got Forza. I think those are really the only two big ones that they have that are exclusive right now.
Well, I know right now, but I'm saying, what do they have that people are looking forward to? Like,
Right.
nobody's.
But I don't.
Yeah.
I think that the excitement of Crackdown has dwindled a little bit with the setbacks and the
Yeah,
fact
that's
that
what I'm saying. That
Yeah.
I wasn't saying people are excited. I'm saying, what do they
okay.
have like
Right.
to be excited about? Maybe you've got Crackdown. Maybe you've got, So it's just like this. It would be smart of them to put a bunch of money into this and make a really good game. Their other games have flopped so poorly. I mean, they had a hit with Cuphead,
Yep.
but I don't know that one was as like
Financially.
generally accepted. Like, a ton of people
Sure.
played it. But then what was that game that Phantom Breaking Point?
Oh, Quantum Break.
Quantum Break.
Quantum
Yeah.
Break.
Yeah, that game was hot trash. And so it's like,
It was pretty bad.
Which makes me so sad.
I mean, because it
I'm so
looked
excited.
cool.
I
It
feel
looked
like
promising,
that was
but-
one that was definitely they had an idea and it was way more grandiose and probably made it just complicated it way too much to
Yeah.
make it a good game.
I mean, I think, but that's also like, how do they miss the mark that
Yeah.
badly? That's just, I don't know. So hopefully Sea of Thieves is good. It looks fun, but I don't know. We'll see.
As a group,
I'm a little scared.
it's fun.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end of the news.
Something's broken.
Somebody broke it. Fix it.
These glitches be trippin'.
All right, we're talking PUBG glitch. Go ahead and play the footage for us, Kuipers. Here's what's happening. At the
Jeremy's
beginning-
playing PUBG.
Playing PUBG, of course.
You're commentating on your commentary.
I see Jeremy's face.
Are you seriously?
Sorry.
Yeah.
So here's what you're looking at: the bow and arrow, the compound bow, crossbow. People are realizing that there's a glitch where the arrows don't disappear after you get onto the plane. So they're using this as an opportunity to try to restrict another player, basically basically what I'm seeing people do is go after players who look like they have played the game a lot because they've got, fancier
Fancy.
clothes on or whatever else, and they're shooting them in the face. Now, I'm getting shot in the face not because of my fancy clothes, but because I purposefully ticked this guy off so that he would just waste all his arrows on me so that I had some game footage to show you guys. But so everything else they've fixed numerous other pieces, and this used to not be this way. They used to disappear when you got on the plane. It used to be the issue where someone would throw a Molotov cocktail and the fire would be shooting out the back of the plane for a while because they didn't get it rendered properly. But if you look, these arrows are
He's got
still
an arrow
in
in
me.
his arm.
Yeah, in my arm. I got three in my
Three
face,
in his
right?
head.
The ones in your face get in the way when you're shooting. We're going to show that here in a little bit. But yeah, so they're doing this intentionally. And it's the first thing that people run for as soon as this map, the original map, is opened up when you join the game. It's the first weapon that gets picked up, and constantly all you see is them shooting people in the face. And this is why, because when you're playing the game, I'm going to be landing here in just a second, you're going to see how much this impedes the ability to actually look down your sights and see what you're doing because you've got these arrows sticking out your face. And
Arrowed.
And so it's one of these things. There's been a lot of talk about it on the forums for PUBG, and Bluehole has just ignored them completely.
So it's just it primarily affects the first person.
Absolutely,
servers.
it affects the first person servers.
Which nobody plays those, right?
Not true.
I'm just kidding. They're more popular
Actually,
now, aren't
they're
they?
significantly more popular now because the game hackers are not playing first person as much as they are third person. Must have to do with some of the aim assist and other things like that don't work as well in first person. But the number of cheaters in first person is dramatically lower than it is in third person. But as you can tell, this is obviously you get into a firefight, it's pretty annoying at least. And you're going to see here in just a second I'm going to die because I didn't even recognize somebody else was in the building. And I couldn't even see him anyway. So
Gosh, you suck.
I do.
Yeah, you're pretty much the
I
worst.
wasn't trying to record just for this purpose. Look, man, dead.
You're pretty much the worst PUBG player in the world.
Yeah, you need to
Pretty
get
much.
good.
Get good, man.
All right.
78.
I don't know. It said I was in the top 0.33%
Yeah.
of the game.
All right.
Anyway, here. So yeah,
Thanks
you can
for
see the screenshot.
for bringing us that beautiful glitch.
Somebody picked on that one guy and shot him like
That
10
poor
times
one guy.
in the face.
He's a
If he's
playground
that
bully.
good, he should know to stay away from people during this part of the show.
All right, let's reach deep, deep, deep into our mailbag.
Check unheard messages.
Emails, voicemails, or DMs. We want to hear from you.
Mailbox number, please.
It's mail time.
First message.
What'd you play it for, Kyle?
Because we don't have any messages.
Oh, you're telling our listeners and viewers that they suck?
Yeah.
Wow, that is so rude of you.
Very harsh. I want to be clear that Kyle pressed the button, and it was fully Kyle's idea to press the button.
Hey, you know what? It's not the only time that we've called people names for not
Kyle,
sending us emails.
Kyle, seriously, Kyle.
Go back and listen to the tapes.
No, we do
How
not.
do people send us emails?
Well, you have to have a computer or a smart
Yep.
device and an email account. And then from that
Get one of
email
those.
account, that's how
Google
you
can
start.
help you.
Type in the loop at
L.
at minutub.com.
Oh, it's THE.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kyle.
I was going to
you're-
spell loop, though.
L-O-O-P.
L-O-O-P.
That's a very difficult word to spell.
At men in a tub.
If you can't spell the word loop, please do not email.
Right. Yeah.
They can do
You could
other
also,
ways.
if you are in our Discord, you can send us in questions or thoughts, comments, concerns in regards to this.
How
Are
do
you
they
there?
get to our Discord?
Patreon at $5.
Yeah.
If you're $5 or higher on patreon.com, you can be part of our Patreon things. But yeah, also you can call us at 475 Tub Call. That's 475 Tub Call. You can leave a voicemail for us and we will play it on air and discuss whatever you want to discuss. But let's see. Yes. What is Jalver saying in the chat?
He said I'll use the child as an excuse this week for not having sent us anything.
Oh, okay.
He said, but all other weeks I've got nothing.
You were busy this week,
yeah,
Jalver.
you did have a child.
Well, I mean,
You became a daddy.
your wife
wife
had
did.
a child.
But you were there and you helped make it. And
Yeah.
I mean, let's not get into details. All right. So, speaking of Patreon, it does bring up a very important topic, and that is our Patreon peeps. These people right here that you see in the beautiful, shining Patreon coral are our friends in Coral. Now, these people are co-producers. That means they donate on a monthly basis at the $10 level or higher. And, they get access to Discord and, a few other perks and, springy
Special
dingies.
videos.
So, if you are interested, go to patreon.com/minutub and show us your support. We greatly appreciate that. And I feel like not only are we rewarded, but you'll feel good about it.
Yeah.
I mean, knowing that your money's going to a good place.
Yeah, especially
Good
since
home.
we aren't going to get any of that YouTube money anytime soon.
That's true. They're shutting us down.
Jerks.
Yeah. All right, everybody. #kill YouTube. Let's get that trending. It's not violent.
That's a thing the kids do, right?
Hashtag. Actually, I
Yes.
think that was not a kid thing. I can't.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, it's a Twitter thing.
Hashtag not a kid thing.
Well, I was in the hand signal I was meaning.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anyways, that does it for our show this week, but that's only for the loop. Come back tomorrow night for the Tubcast, where we talk about weird news, strange events, nerd topics, and,
Maybe
the
your
latest
emails.
the
General
latest
stuff.
the latest perfume that your mom's wearing. All right, everybody, thank you very much. Be sure to join us tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's the standard time in the Central. We love you
Yeah.
all. Yeah, come back.
Actually, isn't it currently CDT,
What?
Central Daylight Time, right now? Technically.
Central Standard Time.
That's a bunch of hokum.
No, it's Central Daylight Time right now.
But it's Central Standard Time.
Central
No, it's
Standard.
CDT.
So CDT time.
Correct.
Who cares? It's Central Time.
Yeah, it's where we are.
It's the C place.
But if they follow us, they just know when we're live.
Central Standard, 9 p.m. tomorrow.